Medicare is something that, if you look over the course of a decade, it's trillions of dollars. You are trying to change how the system works and access that capital. What are you going to do with the $100 million you raised?
Thanks for having me. We are really focused on continuing to build the best products we can for seniors, for American retirees, because it is the most underserved population in the U.S. So we're investing in a lot of AI technology. We're investing in new products to help people navigate Medicare and their health care writ large. And we're really excited about that.
Let's do the basics. Well, what is Chapter? What does Chapter do?
I started the company a few years ago after seeing my parents struggle with the Medicare process. They received terrible guidance working with a local Medicare broker. And as I sort of peeled back the onion into how the ecosystem works, I was just appalled at how bad the incentives are, how bad the technology is. So what we do at Chapter is we are the only unbiased, AI-driven Medicare guidance platform. So when you need help signing up for Medicare, which every American senior needs, you call Chapter, and we help you enroll in the right plan for you. We save people thousands of dollars a year when they enroll in Medicare, and we help them navigate the entire ecosystem throughout their Medicare journey.
$100 million Series E. And Ross, I want to go to you here because you have come on again. You're an existing institutional investor. Al Gore's Generation Investment Management has joined this particular round. Ross, what has made you so committed to Chapter? Why this particular way of navigating healthcare?
Well, it's really two things. One, as Cobi mentioned, everybody over 65 in America is going to get Medicare. So everyone in the U.S. is eventually going to be a Chapter customer. And that scale of business, like that opportunity, like that is a venture scale business. And you want to be part of companies that are building at that level.
Talk to that thesis, though. Why is every single American going to be using Medicare?
Everyone over 65 in the country is going to enroll in Medicare services because it is the best way to get health care for the aging population in the U.S. And that's just a point of fact. Chapter enables my mom, my dad, to make the best choice of where they should get their Medicare services. Further, Chapter has done a tremendous job in the last few years of growth. We grew over 3x last year to $100 million in revenue. And the reason that we keep pushing more money and more excitement into Chapter is because we see that growth continuing 3 and 4x in subsequent years. And that's really just the tip of the iceberg of building out a solution for the entire U.S. population.
100 million in revenue, that's no small feat. There were headlines overnight. Perplexity's just hit 500 million ARR, but look at the coverage that they get. What's your core competence? What is it that you and the team are really good at?
It's a great question. I'm really proud of the team we've assembled. We've assembled some of the best technologists around. I think generally we focus on people who are really mission-driven and who are exceptional at working with AI. So what we're really good at doing is structuring data, realigning incentives, and then operationalizing that in a really efficient way. Our entire company, our corporate headcount is about 30 people, and we've been able to grow at that scale with this headcount because of that.
Ross, I've always found the XYZ model really interesting. I may be oversimplifying, but you write checks to companies that are going after the public sector in many ways. It's different to going after some startups that may never need to have revenue, and we can get into that at a later date. But why does that present a real return opportunity as an investor to go after a startup whose dollars come from one arm of government or another?
Yeah, and so our focus area at XYZ has been largely on building and supporting companies that are selling to the government because it is the largest spender in the entire world. So areas of defense spending is one of the largest spends in the entire world, and that's where we backed companies like Anduril. Areas of healthcare spend and Medicare are one of the largest spends in the entire world, and so that's why we backed companies like Chapter. And when those companies are winning, when they're capturing hundreds of millions and then billions of dollars, we dollar concentrate into those businesses, and we get the right to do that because we've been there since the beginning. And so that's our economic approach, find those exceptional people in those businesses.
Cobi, you're making it easier for people to try and navigate a very complex system. But the narrative we hear time and time again on this show at the moment is abundance, of AI being able to bring healthcare to all and being, what is your vision for what healthcare in the US looks like in 5 to 10 years' time?
I want every American who's navigating Medicare and navigating healthcare at large to A, understand what they are buying, what is their health coverage, and B, to be able to access their healthcare in the simplest way. There's no reason people should have to read hundreds of pages of documents and go through tons of emails and faxes and phone calls just to understand what they've already signed up for. And so really we're trying to create a more equitable healthcare system, a more efficient healthcare system, and one that drives down the costs to the system and creates much better care and coverage for every American.